Hi Saber fans, Darth here again, and just wanted to show you a saber that I've spent a bit of time on and something I've been kicking around as an idea for a while. This is the Force Unleashed 1 saber, the TFU1, and this is the second version of the Wasp-Waist. Now with this saber, I started out with a Graflex 2 as the base, a scratch and dent that I got from the Custom Saber shop. So I did an install on one of those last year and I thought it was kind of cool and thought it might make a nice base. And I've got a couple vintages sitting around here, but as they keep increasing in value, it felt more and more like sacrilege to even consider chopping one up into a star killer. So with this saber, what we have again is just this section here is Korbanth, and this is Graflex here, or Graflex 2. The rest of the parts that I put on this piece here for the top retention screw for the blade. This is original Graflex from a remote unit. Let's see, got a lot of aged screws. I made my own control box. The rest is all full solid billet, and it's one of the very few models out there that I would actually consider doing a mid to even a hard dueling with because it's extremely strong. This whole top section and inner core is all one piece of billet. This has all been milled out to be able to make space, of course, for the crystal chamber, as you can see here. And with this, I've used 4 1/4-inch stainless steel rods as extra support points that tie into this billet piece down here. So mechanically it's engineered to be extremely strong. For the crystal, I've used what's called a Lemurian quartz because it has natural steps and inclusions in it. I like the way that looks. We've got the copper center rod like what you see in the video game. This one here, I've got the Graflex eye in here. I can also change that out with a black disc that I made as an extra option. Original Graflex screw in the front here, and you can see the pins. We've got the electrical pins here along with that circuit pin that comes up, the little metallic thing, and that's off vintage. Copper plated on the front here for the original bunny type ears. I've got original Graflex contact point for my blade plug, and all of the wiring is again mil spec 28, 30, and 32 gauge, and a lot of it runs through the chamber, so you can see, like again in the video game, you can see the wiring on the inside of the chamber and how it's set up. I also made a point to mount the crystal below this opening right here in this window of this ring, which again, that's another piece that a lot of guys don't do when they make these because it's difficult. But I wanted to be sure, again, it was more game accurate. The Wasp-Waist, I know usually you see this during an assembly shot in the video game. Well, I just liked that look and thought it looked cool. The rest of this is black powder coated with a flat black, and then I've went through and aged it and knocked some of it down for wear spots. For the back end, I reused the Graflex clamp that came in the kit, cut it up into 4 different pieces, so what we have is a segmented piece that looks again more like what you see in the video game. Brass shells here, so we've got real metal going around this, and this is all turned from solid billet as well. I made this whole back end section. Now if you notice these two, I went extremely deep with the hand grips. And I did that because, again, for the aesthetic, but also I just wanted to be extremely strong and have a lot of support points. Same with this band here, it goes very deep. Now, one of the funny things about these sabers, I hear different opinions on which way the hand grips are supposed to turn. Now here we've got it in an X formation. In other words, the top of the grip lines up with the control box. Well, the other way we can do this is grab an Allen head wrench, turn a screw, and voila. Now the grip goes the other way. And I did this just because I thought it'd be kind of cool having a couple different ways of displaying the saber. So now it'll sit flat on its cover tack. And again, the front, there's a greebly in the front that can be changed out, and that's with this black disc piece here. So again, it looks a little bit more like the game when you look at it straight on at this angle. Font wise, this has a modified version of Blakeo's TFU1, or Lord Blakeo's The Force Unleashed 1 font package, which has well over 4,000 WAV files in it. A lot of FX package parts, and this is all running on an Igniter 2 R2, which it's all the new firmware in this saber. Main LED, we've got a Nigon Electronics Cree, red, green, and royal blue. 18650 battery from Key Power, 3400 milliamp, high discharge. And speaker is a 28mm Railmaster. I also have a chassis system from Darth, which is for a 115 section. And I ran that size because, again, it's a little bit tighter, but it gave me a lot more space to keep all the dimensions accurate and keep it inside the envelope of a Graflex. So with all that, let's hear this thing boot up. Now it's got an FX pack, so you'll hear, yeah, this is the first font off of Kashyyyk when Vader shows up. Second font. Very long boot up for that font. And this here is the custom Graflex blade plug. Again, you see the contact point with a spring. So let's see this thing with a blade in it. There we go, retention screw. Blasters. You see the crystal chamber. Lockup. And I wanted to keep it true to the holocrons in the game for the color of your saber crystal. As you can see, it's running an extremely bright standard yellow blade. It also, throughout the game, you get compressed yellow, unstable red, blues, and green. So this saber ties right in with the whole video game and the fonts. And each of the music tracks or soundtracks and ambience tracks line up with each of the fonts because you have a track select, so it can do that. So no matter which font I'm on, it's going to line up perfectly with the video game.
Respected general in the Clone Wars.
You're hunting Jedi.
I bring Darth Vader's enemies to justice.
This has an ambience track on it too. It has like 5 different hums per font. Back in the red, just again, like the holocrons on the game. Now this is an unstable red, or actually it's a compressed red. Lock up.
You're stronger than I thought, but I can't let you live, boy.
Rom code.
I don't. My spies have located another Jedi. Castan Paratus is far more powerful than you. I do not expect you to survive, but if you destroy him, you'll be one step closer to your destiny, the Emperor.
Another ambience track. Takes a bit of a hit to take a clash. I dialed that sensitivity up because if you're going to hit something, another blade, you want it to be able to strike at that point and not at a swing. Lock up. Blasters. Dual phase. This goes into a beautiful sky blue blade. Again, match up the holocrons in that level.
We've reached Kashyyyk. I still think this mission's too dangerous. The planet is completely controlled by the Empire. I don't suppose I could talk you out of that.
Another form of blue, a little bit of green mixed into it. It's almost a white blade. Again, lock up. Blasters.
We've reached Kashyyyk.
We're going to Felucia to rescue Senator Organa.
You can kind of see the accent LEDs. I got a couple of them with fiber optics on the inside of the chassis system. Very subtle.
You're going to die here, Jedi.
All right, so again, it goes through all the different
Space station.
different levels of the video game. Obviously. Death Star level. I think this one. Yep, tune this one to a white blade, to a silver blade. Again, just like if you're finding the black blade, which of course we can't do with current LED technology, but instead I've got a white blade for that, which looks quite handsome. Back to the other color. Blasters. And I got the bonus ones on here too, with Star Killer from the dark side. There's that, and he also fights Luke Skywalker, and I have the Obi-Wan.
Lord Vader, we were ambushed upon arrival, but I have
Bonus
the situation
Kashyyyk,
well.
Imperial.
I have no interest in your failures, Commander. I am here on a mission of my own.
Then I added a couple different bonus fonts on here, so I think there's like 16 fonts on this saber. Shicho from the 7 Forms of Lightsaber Combat.
Something out there waiting for us.
One of my favorites, Predator.
And it ain't no man.
And this is what I mean by track start. I can start the music track right from being the last one for this font. I know Predator has nothing to do with Star Wars, but it was a font that I believe Link made a couple years ago and offered for free, and I always thought it was cool because it's a favorite movie, of course. So it'll go through the whole music track here, and I can fire it up, do everything with that. But here, let's turn this off. Fire the blade. That's all your Predator sounds from the movie. Blasters. Lock up. To a sickly yellow pulsing blade. It's a yellowish green color. Again, the blasters. I kept with a red again to represent the Predator's color of his blaster. I'm surprised I don't hear Arnold talking up, because I've got it set on an FX pack that every once in a while the Saber sits in idle.
We can kill it.
Yep, there it is. Every once in a while, maybe every 15-20 seconds, I've got it set where it'll turn on, it'll come up with one of the FX quotes, which on a lot of these fonts, there's 99 of them. And randomly just select one and play it while you're just sitting there showing it off to guest. There's also a demo mode because the Igniter 2R2 has 7 different independent applications that can be accessed through just the use of the buttons, including one that's a complete demo mode, which I haven't really played around with it much, but I know the Saber has it. It also has a secondary, another application that gives you the full firmware of Spark Color 2. So it's like having 2 different soundboards in one. And again, out of all the different soundboards on the market, this is the only one that'll hold anywhere near the sheer amount of content. And again, that's an Igniter 2R2. I just wanted to again show you one of my newest creations, folks. Thank you again for watching. This is Darth Alice. May the Force be with you always.